There again. Welcome to Retalk Podcast. This is I. Give thanks to all who engage with the channel, whether you like or dislike, share, subscribe, or comment. Give thanks. Guys, if you like or watch a video, don't be afraid. Engage in the comment section. I will answer any questions there. I upload once per week, so go ahead and hit that notification bell to know once I've uploaded. Now, let's get into the topic. Today's topic is about males being emotional, and it's a burning issue. It's something that is a dilemma for today's society, for today's males, because we get fear of us. We get overstand say, well, man shot, the guys the females expect to be men nowadays aren't men because they are so weak and emotional and always in them feelings. You get me I say? And because of that, it is going to drive, or it is driving, because it's happening right now. It's driving the polygamy or the polygamous culture. It's going to be a new culture, but it's slowly being normalized, because the guys that the women want, the men that most women want are in high demand, and because of that, they're willing. A lot of them are willing. Well, they aren't happy to do it, but they're willing to share these men, because for the rest of 98% of guys, these women don't want them, and that's reality of what is going on. Because as I can see in the topic, these guys are too emotional, but we are going to peel the layers back to really over why this dilemma is even in existence in the first place, and when you look on let's say the animal kingdom scale chart, including humans, because we're just another species of animal, you're just another species of this magnificent creation that we call Earth or universe or whatever you want to make it up and call it, or God, or nature. We are a part of it, and when you check it, there is always a hierarchy, and a lot of people say, what is hierarchy? Hierarchy is basically a structure, a leadership structure where you have a top person, you have a leader, you have a person who sets the standard and the rules and the laws and the code, and then everybody is following that and just follow. That's just so many stuff, basically what a hierarchy means. And usually these persons who are in the leadership positions have to be alpha, or they are naturally alpha, because alphas lead, betas follow, women follow. So you have well, when you look at it, you can we're not talking about in the work environment, no, because, so don't get it twisted, we're not talking about the working environment where you just have to work for somebody. So even though you're an alpha, you have to work for somebody. Even if you want to have your own business, you have to start from somewhere, and that is starting to work for somebody, unless you are the one with the gold spoon and the mouth where them parents dead left and give them a lot of money or whatever. That's not the case. You just have work people, so don't get it twisted. You get me? But in the hierarchy scale, in the animal kingdom, there's always leaders and followers, losers and winners. It's just simple. That's how you go across the board. Dog, puss, rat, lion, gorilla. It's all human beings, fish, whale, shark. There's a hyena. It's always a leader. It's always a leader, and you have to follow yourself. No, we understand so well everybody can be a leader. Granted, everybody can be a winner. Granted. So for a balance, because the whole universe is balanced, Earth is balanced, nature is balanced, life is balanced. So when you check this, you can accept the reality. So well, not all of us are going to be that one thing that most people want to be. So you observe that, you accept it, and you move on. But you have the circumstances where a lot of these guys were raised by single mothers, and that is just a harsh reality. That is just an unfortunate reality. This isn't bringing it up because, well, you want to pick on anybody particular, but we are talking about real talk, and we only can talk real talk. So the fact is, 98% of these, well, we can say 70% of these guys were raised by single mothers, and then you have the next 28%. The next 28% that were raised in family homes, but two structure family household with even granny in it too. And if them lucky enough or fortunate enough, the grandfather can still do that too. But you have a lot of cases where the same culture that the single mother raised these guys under, it is a lot of the time seeped into the family structure homes, and then it's like it kind of don't make no difference whether you grew up in a single family home or you grew up in a nuclear family home, because culture spread wide. You can't avoid culture if you're not grounded by who you are. If you're not self-aware, if you're not conscious, if you're not one with self, you're easily influenced by anything around you, your environment, culture, the way how people talk and walk and behave, everything around you, you mirror that. So the culture with the single mother, right, is that a lot of these women, because the father is not around, they convince themselves with the back of the court of public opinion, because women always back women. There's the sisterhood is always strong. No matter if them hate each other, it's just a subliminal thing where women will always back women, no matter what the circumstances, no matter what the case may be. So we accept that, we acknowledge that, and we say, alright then, check this. Because the guys are not around, these careless man will throw them seed and run leave it, right? The fact that he's not around, and chances are the woman is bitter about the situation. She convinces herself that, well, hey, I don't need him, I can do this all by myself, and I am going to grow and raise this young man to the specifications of how I would want, or how I wanted my man to be, or how I wanted my man to treat me. So for that case, you realize, well, the women are going to, these women are going to pose a lot of their emotional beliefs upon the young men, and then these young men are going to grow up into young males thinking that the teaching that they have received from their mom is good, because we look at our parents, whether father or mother, if the father is around, if the mother is around, we look at them as basically second to God. Anything them say, well, they just right, and you question them because mommy or daddy knows best, right? So these young men end up growing up thinking that they are supposed to be a certain type of way, which it clashes with the nature of a man. women can't grow young males and teach them how to be men. And that's just a fact. Because a woman don't know what it is like to be a man. Just as how a man don't know what it is like to be a woman. So it goes vice versa where, and it's even worse for the women. Because when you really check it, women don't have to do anything to get men. And therefore they haven't take the time to understand men. You know, they have this fantasy thanks to Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse and Cinderella and all them popular celebrity fairy tale movies. You know, they conjure up some fantasy in their brains and things. Well, this is what a man is supposed to be, or based on what culture they grew up in, or based on what they have seen in society and social media. They have created an image of what they think a man should be, and that is far away from the truth, because subconsciously it's in the nature of a woman to accept a man. Subconsciously, it's not something she think about. It's just where it just work the way, because you can't defeat nature. However, that's not the idea that most women have, because most women idea is based upon emotions, and a lot of these emotions come from past trauma and experiences. And as I said earlier, the culture and environment and what them download based off what them see, you know, them brains through them eye, you know. So when you check this, it's the same thing for the guys. Well, guy them, because the mother them did grow them to be a certain way. At the same time, the mother lies. The mother lied to the son, you know, because check this, as I said earlier, subconscious different from the fantasy. The subconscious will always override the fantasy. The fantasy is what is told and taught. The subconscious is just what is. You know, it's just natural, it's just there. The nature of a woman and the nature of a man is always there. You can't override that. Just like how you can't override sleep, you can't override when to use the restroom, you can't override when to eat. Right? You know, function like a fully functioning human being. So it's the same thing when it comes to your emotions. And a lot of people don't know the difference between having emotions and being emotional. And there's a difference. And there's also a difference between being in your feelings and having emotion. Because being emotional and being in your feelings is basically the same thing, because feelings come from being emotional. The emotion come first, and you be emotional from the emotions that you have. But then you have a certain type of feelings from being emotional, whether that's happy or sad, angry, or whatever the case may be. The difference between the emotion is that emotion is more physical, emotional is more mental, because it has to deal with the feelings. The feelings is the physical, the feelings is mental. So having an emotions can be like you crying because your parent or your sibling passed. That's expressing your emotion for your deceased loved one, right? Or you're laughing because someone gave you a joke, or you're blushing, or you're smiling, or you're crying. Whichever the case may be, those are all emotions, and all of those are physical. Because you use your mouth to smile or laugh, you use your eyes to cry, you know, you use your ears and all that. all of them senses, your senses are connected to your emotion. However, being emotional is just being your feelings based on the reality that you've created from the opinion you have from whichever topic that you're feeling a way about. Our next teaching where these guys have been taught is that it's okay to be vulnerable. You should be express your emotions, but these women are not telling. They don't really mean express emotions as in how emotions are really expressed. They mean you're supposed to be, they want you to be emotional with them, and this is a trap, because you should be emotional with a woman because that's a woman's job. So just as a woman should be masculine with you because that's your job, and if she's masculine and acting like you're going to be turned off. Unless you're feminine, you're not going to be aroused by a woman acting like she needs to compete against you and your position of masculinity. So it's the same thing when you being in your feminine. You're in your feminine when you're being emotional. And that's just the case where they have taught you and told you that it's okay to be emotional, be vulnerable, express your feelings. You're not a robot. You don't want to bottle up all that anger. Let it out. Express your, talk to me. I'll listen, talk to me. It's a trap, guys, because subconsciously majority of women aren't subconsciously turned on about this. Consciously, a lot of them might say it because it's own politically correct or it's own cute or sweet, or they just simply think it's the right thing to say. And when the guy even think about doing this and proceeds to do this, she instantly dries up, and then she even resent him because she just say like, why Melissa to me? Yeah, a lot of the guys need to understand that women say things a lot of the times, but they don't really want you to listen to them because they're just being a woman. They talk a lot of shit, and a lot of the time I can't pay no mind. But what a lot of guys do is that they react to women being women, and that these reaction are emotional reaction because they get in their feelings based off what the woman have done or what she have said. You can't be vulnerable, you can't be emotional, and it's not toxic, it's just being a man. Just being a man, knowing a role and know how to play it. When you know your role, you know how to play it. You know who you are, you know exactly what you're about. You can't go wrong, Bridget. Can't go wrong. But don't fall in the trap of women. What's the word now? Persuading you. Don't fall in the trap with women persuading you to be like them. Because they will end up resenting you, and they end up either cheat you, leave you, or disrespect you, or all of the above. Because it's in their subconscious, it's in their nature, their female nature. Women need leadership. It's in their nature to be led. It's easy. They will, once they see a leader, automatically they will submit to you because they can sense it. It's because it's in their nature. Just as how you and a group of guys that walk and see I look a nerd or I look a fool. You know, I do nothing specific, him just have walk and mind in business, but from you see him, you can just smell it. Say, hey, I want to punk this. If we want to beat him up, we can beat him up. So it's that's the next thing too that adds on to the whole dilemma of the emotional male. You know, this is really deep. This is really deep, you know. Just a spit off right off of my door, you know. This is not a scripted video. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference. This is not a scripted video. This is just me spitting off the top of my head based off the knowledge that I have. So continue to sit back and enjoy the ride, you know, as I continue to do my magic. So, understanding emotion, emotional and feelings. A lot of these guys were brought up by emotional women because women are emotional. However, a lot of these women were in their feelings while growing these young men because of the unfortunate disagreement that caused the relationship with the father to end. So you have an understanding, so well, them women and them feelings, and them are gonna make, because of that, the feelings that they have determines how and what they teach the child. So if you're a good dad and you're around or whatever, it's a total different ball game to a single mother. Total different ball game. Unless the mother doesn't respect you, because you can still be around and you be a sucker or a beta. She still don't respect you. That's a different story still. Different topic. So that's because that's a whole discussion by itself. Why women don't respect men that they are with or the father of their children. It's a different topic. We're not going to go into that today. I have that topic put aside for our next video. So continuing about these guys being brought up by women that are in their feelings. You have a bitter baby mother and you have a little youth. Now, put 2 and 2 together, the product of that is going to be an emotional male that is very lost, that's very, look at the crime and violence that happens by 99% of these young youths that are going around and killing people. If you were to check their background, I can guarantee you that out of that 99%, 98% of those guys were raised by single mother. They're still gonna have that exception for the rule, which is the 1% that makes up the 99, where yes, they were brought up by good parents, they were brought up in good homes, but it just shows a different part. We're not talking about those guys. We're talking about the guys who were brought up by the single mothers. You know, and when you check it, these crimes that they're committing, it's senseless and heartless. Why? Because these guys are so emotional. Because they were taught to be emotional. And everything them catch up in them feelings are because of that. So if you look for me too hard, you get a shot. If you step on my clocks, you get a shot. If me take a girl, me shot you and shot the girl. If for whatever reason there isn't any specific reason, but when these guys are fully cooked, you know, when because the processing is like a cake you bake and mix up the ingredients, that's the sex, you know, and then you put it in the tin and that see me ejaculating in the womb, and then you put it in the oven to bake, and that's the baby growing for 9 months. And then you take it out and put it for cool, and that's the birth process. And then you take a slice, take a next slice, take a next slice, make it done. And that's represent you taking away the manhood from that young man and consuming it with your feelings, you know, and then that young man ends up being empty because he's not himself. He has been indoctrinated by the parent and society to add on top of that. Because I know one person eat the cake, you know. It's a big cake and everybody get a slice. You know, the church get a slice, politics get a slice, the court of public opinion get a slice. Mother get the biggest slice, but everybody get a slice. And that's left with broken men. You know, all they're left with there is crumbs to pick up the pieces. And a lot of them don't want to do that, so them just submit to the feelings and emotions and end up doing some crazy stuff. Guys, you've seen the viral videos over social media for years and months and days. Every day there is some other gruesome, crazy, whether domestic violent crime or whether any mass shooting, there has any crazy stuff. There's always a guy there and he was raised by a single mother. No. This ties up with the last video that I did about men needing to protect their seed. Because when you protect a seed and you leave, this is the end result that you have created. Now, you're not there, so you can't say, well, I wash my hands clean. That is just basically a product of the decision or the choice that you've chosen to make. You know? So, this is not a video about blaming single mothers in no form of way. Because in a day, it come back down to the man. As I said earlier. Come back down to the man. It always starts to the man, it ends with the man. It's always a man. You can't blame one because the man always make the decision. Because he's supposed to be the head. He's supposed to be the leader. So I spoke about the hierarchy structure earlier. But a lot of these guys don't even understand hierarchy to be knowledgeable about knowing what role he needs to play and knowing how he needs to be as a man. So you have betas and you have alphas, you have winners and you have losers, and that's just the reality of the situation, you know. But how can we fix this problem? We can fix this problem first, protecting your seed. Knowing who you are, what you're about. You have to know you. You can't sit down and blame. Yes, you were raised by a single mother, but you can't sit down and blame her because she is not. You just can't blame her. If you are sensible enough to blame her, you can use the same energy to just work on you, fix you. You know, say you need fixing, so fix you. That's all you have to do. But it's easier to blame. It's easier to just accept it and go through the phases. It's easier to just submit to the emotions and feelings and do some crazy stuff, because then it's like, well, and I have nothing to lose, basically. And if you do that, yeah, you're dead or go to prison. So, you know, in a sense, me bawl and cry and plead to a guy, say, hey, don't do this and don't do that. You're smart enough. You're smart enough to load a gun and shoot. You're smart enough to know the consequences of it. It's simple. So, guys, the moral of the story is be accountable. Be accountable, accept what is, and move forward based off of how you know you're supposed to move. That's all. Alright, guys. This is the end of another great session of Retalk Podcast. This is I back again with another video. We have something special. I'm working on doing review videos, or I wanna say reactional, but those two-sided videos that you would review watching a next video. Yeah, I'm going to be doing that next week. Trying out some new stuff. We're adding to the platform to continue growing, continue being successful and being consistent. And it's a success. We have done quite a few videos. I don't even know how much video I make already, but we have done quite a few videos so far, and we're trying to keep it up. We're going to keep it up. Just that a lot of other stuff are in the back end, but that's no excuse. We're just going to continue doing, continue pushing, continue grinding as a man supposed to. Thanks again, guys. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment down in the comment section below. See you in the next video of Retalk Podcast.